Hi. It has been almost 3 weeks since I've uploaded a video. I am so excited to be here for another monthly favorites video.
Uppers be like that.
He just wants to say hi. Come on. Say hi. I have some fashion favorites, anime favorites, YouTuber, media, random, makeup favorites. I have a lot of different favorites. Yes, summer is the season I flourish. Flourish. I have my little coffee. Where do we start? Where do we start? Can we start with my favorite lip gloss? If you've been watching my channel for the past year or two, you'll know my favorite lip gloss was Toast by Rhode, but it has been dethroned. I didn't think that was possible, but this summer Rhode came out with a couple of brown shades. I was so excited. I don't think I look good in pink lip products, pink toned products, period. I am just way too like yellow and olivey toned for a pink, but the lightest shade they came out with is called Colada. I am wearing it right now and it is even more perfect than Toast, I feel like. But compared to Colada, Toast is actually pretty pink, and so that makes me love Colada a lot more. Colada's a lot more tan. It also has a scent, but they don't have a taste. Like there's no, to me it just tastes like Vaseline or any other lip balm. We'll come back to makeup. I do have a random miscellaneous favorite that doesn't really fit in with anything else here. Look at how cute Noodles is. He's just sitting there chilling with us. He really does like being included when I make videos. It's really funny. I don't know why. This favorite is actually a guitar pick. If you watched my last I'm not gonna serenade you guys. In my last favorites video, I was talking about how I was playing guitar a lot more, and I showed you guys kind of what I was working on learning, a couple of the new Olivia Rodrigo songs. Such a good album. Yeah, I'm not gonna play guitar in this video, but I did stop by a local music store called like Space Tone. It was super duper dope. Like all the merch and decor was all space themed, and they had a little bucket of guitar picks and you can kind of sift through them, and I think it was like one bucket was 4 for $1 and then the other one was like 3 for $1, something along those lines. If you've never bought guitar picks before, normally you kind of get a set where they're all super duper similar, or if they are a variety pack, it's the same brand, just different materials. So normally I go for a Fender medium, but getting to sort through these was fun because you could pick all different brands, materials, sizes, shapes, but also because, I don't know, just kind of giving them a new life, you know? I don't really know how they ended up there, if people donate their used picks that they don't like, or they find them somewhere, if they're in like somebody's guitar bags that, you know, whatever. But after going to a secondhand music store, I don't know that I could ever really go to like Guitar Center ever again. I mean, they do have like new stuff at Space Tone, but they also had a good amount of used pedals and instruments and guitar pick, like a whole bunch of random like chords and stuff like that. Super duper cool. I picked up several guitar picks, kind of all in my color palette. You can kind of see here. This one really called out to me. I have a hard time believing that this is a guitar pick, but also, I mean, I guess. It's really fun. I've never had like a Gibson, a Clayton pick, or even a Tortex one. I have a lot of friends that played like jazz band and stuff in high school, and they all swore by Tortex. And this is kind of more of the ones I have, but I actually don't have in this colorway. Oh, it's not picking up because my face is in there, but yeah, pretty cool. And so my favorite was actually the one I expected least. I have a thick Clayton one and then I have a thin one. You kind of see the difference. And I ended up really liking this thin one for both my electric and my acoustic. I would not have imagined in a billion years, would not have picked up a pack of these in a billion years. Visually, it's just not my favorite thing ever, but I really like this thickness. And maybe it is a little bit more worn in on that corner, but it's a 0.38 millimeter, which is actually funny because I always buy pens in 0.38, so I don't know, 0.38, it might just be my thickness for things. I also got these the last Spurs game before they got taken out of the finals. I haven't really gotten to talk to you guys since all that happened. I'm really proud of the Knicks, okay? Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, like, they did their thing. I'm not even mad, but I'm still a Spurs fan, okay? I guess that's a good transition to my fashion favorite. I have been wearing, I said I wasn't going to repeat the same things in all my favorites videos because I think that would get really repetitive. So I am still wearing the button up from the last favorites video if you want to go watch it. Like, a lot of my favorites continue to stay my favorites, if that makes sense. Like, if they made the list, chances are they're probably still up there for me. Lace camis, and like, normally I don't like wearing them not layered, so I'll normally only wear a lace cami under a flannel or a baby doll or just something. I don't normally wear a lace cami on its own. I just feel a little exposed sometimes, just it's skin tight and stuff like that. This month I've kind of just gotten over it because it has been butt cheek hot. Where I live, the places I visited, it's been 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, I'm just like, you know what, nobody really cares about what anybody else is wearing. So my favorite one to wear is this one. It's a white lace cami, but it's not quite white. It's kind of an off, like a very light heather gray. It's like heathered white. I don't know how to explain. Let's see if I can show you. Can you see that? It's definitely not stark white, and I really love this color so much. So this is my go-to, and sometimes I'll wear it with my blue striped Victoria's Secret bra because I think it's kind of cute. You can see the stripes through the shirt. And then once this one is dirty, then I'll normally reach for this gray one. They're both, oh, that one's Hollister, and then this is older Abercrombie. I think whoever I bought it from added the little rosette. But yeah, this one's really cute too and really flattering and nice. We've been going to the skate park a lot more, so these are really nice to just put on with some baggy bottoms and go. Super duper comfort. This one's not a lace cami, but I have been enjoying wearing this one. This is by Brandy and I love it so much. I changed into this after the beach. And I don't know, I felt really happy. I had like the salty, my waves really love the salt water, so my waves were happy and I was like super sunburned. And yeah, with my cute little like emo striped tank top, giving JoJo from Morton Here's a Who. My last fashion favorite is my other wolf, and that is my jersey, the masculine to my feminine. Basketball is my favorite sport to watch, and the Spurs are my team, and they were in the NBA Finals. It was so fun. Oh my gosh. I made a blog post kind of talking about this in a way that I feel a little shy to talk about in a YouTube video, so I really recommend going to check out my blog post if this concept kind of fascinates you or interests you. But if you are somebody that really needs or likes having something to look forward to, like that pushes you in your day-to-day, I really recommend watching sports. It is so fun, especially when your team is doing well. Like, being a part of that community online, locally, with your family, it is so fun. And this year happened to be super special because the FIFA World Cup was also about to start and Mexico was doing really well, so I had both my teams in football and basketball doing really well. I was so hyped. I was literally watching Spurs one day, Mexico the next day. So fun. What a time to be alive. It makes me so sad that we're gonna have to wait another 4 years. I mean, I guess that's what makes the World Cup so special. But yeah, I'm really excited for this October when the NBA normal season picks back up. I'm so excited. Yeah, so I got 11 has been my favorite number for a really long time. I don't know, 1111, it's symmetrical. I don't know, something about it. But also Carter Bryant, he's one of the rookies from this year. He is like crazy good at dunking and he won like one of the dunking competition and stuff. But yeah, I would say my favorites from this past season were the rookies, Harper and Bryant. I thought they both showed crazy potential and I feel super duper old that most of these dudes on the team are way younger than me. I just realized I haven't even talked about like the fashion aspect of the jersey. I was just talking about sports because I really be hyped, honestly. I ordered the jersey a couple of days after they got kicked out of the finals because I'm still a fan. And maybe like a month goes by and my brother-in-law texts me at 6 a.m. that my top bucket list artist is going to do a show at the Alamo Dome where the Spurs play. And I know, I'm like 80% sure the only reason they chose the Alamo Dome was because the Spurs kind of put us on the map. And insanity. And so I was like, all right, imagine this Spurs jersey to the Alamo Dome for the concert, and that's what I did. And it was a moment. It was everything. Yeah, I need to move on or else I'll talk about my jersey all day. I will say though, the selfies and stuff I took at the concert, my concealer was a little bit too light, which leads me into my next favorite. I'm gonna talk about my makeup favorites real quick and then we'll get into the anime because I know that you guys like anime like me. Which makes me so happy that I have so many like fellow otakus. I live, love, laugh anime. I picked this up after the concert. I was looking at the e.l.f. camo concealer. Honestly, it's just like the easiest thing. They got e.l.f. everywhere. And I got so excited when I saw this one. It's called Deep Olive. As a normally pale olive girly, it made me so happy to see e.l.f. that's like everywhere doing olive tones. It is perfect. It's so perfect. I really thought I was gonna have to mix it with my other e.l.f. camo concealer that's a lot lighter, but then I ended up getting super tan the next week. So the box color is very beautiful to me. It's very yellowy. Okay, we gotta talk about anime. Really quick, I do want to say thank you to everybody that gave me anime recommendations and everybody else anime recommendations. If you need recommendations, totally go check out the last video because I got a lot of really good ones. And let me know in the comments what you're watching this month. My two favorite animes I have been watching this month. There are also two different genres. The first one is The Ramparts of Ice. It's on Netflix. It's very, very new. So I was watching it as it aired and season 1 just ended. I was kind of waiting for season 1 to end to kind of give my final thoughts. Season 2 is coming out in October, which is super fast because season 1 just aired. I got so hyped on this anime. I did make a whole fan page dedicated to it on my website. I will put a picture on the screen if you want to see it. I also drew fan art, which I am going to post. It's a slice of life, and very basically the main character is an introvert and she makes friends with a whole bunch of extroverts essentially. They kind of just break down her walls slowly and she comes out of her shell, and it makes me so happy. I am pretty extroverted. Yeah, and I think just because I am so extroverted and opposites attract, I normally am that person that goes up to an introvert and makes friends with them. There's something so beautiful about an introvert kind of opening up to you. I forgot to mention about the Ramparts of Ice. I also really like it because the manga color palette, the colors are all muted colors, which is how I normally make my art. So making fan art only felt very natural. And I did read the entire webtoon, so I know how it ends, and the ending is so good, okay? I'm really, really happy for the characters and the endings that they get. Yes. Okay. I feel all the characters do grow so much. My favorite character is Minato. Yeah. The other anime I really liked this past month, I'm still watching it, so no spoilers. It is Hunter x Hunter. I never thought in a billion years that I would watch Hunter x Hunter. I always joke that if there's no romance in it, I don't want it, but it got recommended to my family member through a coworker, and so we were just finishing Ramparts of Ice and like, okay, we'll watch Hunter x Hunter, and it's actually really good. We kind of put it off for a while, and then my husband told me out of nowhere, yeah, the main character's weapon is a fishing rod. And I'm like, what? Why didn't you start with that? I love fishing, so yeah, I was like, okay, we have to watch it. And it's really predictable, but in a good way. Like, I kind of know what's gonna happen, but the way they execute it is really good. And I feel like the main characters, Gon and Killua, are my two brain cells. I love that Killua is a skater. Okay, yeah, Killua has a skateboard and Gon has a fishing pole. Like, I'm there. Why didn't you start with that? I'm not normally somebody who gravitates towards like the villain-esque characters, but something about Hisoka is very fascinating to me. He's a very, very fascinating character. So I kind of want to draw him. I want to do that soon. I was going to do it yesterday, but then I didn't have time. I think he definitely does give like Joker, Batman Joker energy, just kind of that like chaotic clown energy. But Hisoka is also very, very skilled at fighting and what he does. Yeah, I don't know. He's very fascinating. I forgot to mention that because I have been playing so much guitar and I got the cool picks and stuff, this month's Patreon rewards were pretty inspired by kind of that feeling that guitar gives me. I drew a bunny playing guitar, and I have Sleeping with Sirens lyrics for If I'm James Dean or Audrey Hepburn, and I love everything about it, from like the lyrics to the black guitar. I even put a capo on there. I don't even think that's the correct fret for this song, but I didn't really think about that till after the fact. I like the little hair detail, and I put my necklace, my favorite necklace, on him, and the little blue ladybug on his shoulder just makes me so happy. And there is a little tiny guitar pick in the color of my favorite one. Just kind of a very small detail. I don't know if many people noticed, but to kind of go along with it, I did the blue ladybug in like a glitter. Isn't that so cute? They look so cute together. Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. And then for the third one, I did an iPod. I have been wanting to do an iPod for a long time, and the iPod has the song on it, and so it's also glittery. Do you guys remember these old earbuds, old Apple ones? So insane, but yeah. And then for the time, I put 111. So yeah, totally check that out if you like any of the stuff. And thank you to those who support my channel and my art. It means so much to me. I talked about Olivia's album a lot in my last favorites video. If you don't listen to Olivia, it's called You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. Noodles is pawing at me. What is it, huh? My favorite songs this past month have been Honey Bee and Stupid Song, both on the album. It definitely took me a while to warm up to Stupid Song, just because it is not your typical, it's not your typical pop song, it's not your typical ballad, not even your typical alt pop song. So it definitely took me a while to warm up to it, but I really, really like it, especially played after Honey Bee. I have been kind of playing around with Honey Bee on guitar. I'm not gonna play it for you, but I did have the idea to do like a little playlist kind of jam sesh thing on my Patreon, so we'll probably jam in my car and then maybe we'll play around a little on guitar, and that'll be this month's bonus video. I really like how Drew Monson did his Patreon, where his Patreon bonus videos were kind of continuations, kind of related to what was being uploaded on his YouTube. The next favorites I have are my YouTuber favorites. I've been watching a lot of Robert Welsh. He does makeup videos and he's really well versed. He has done professional makeup, worked at the MAC counter, so he has a really good foundation in both the online space and also the professional. I really like hearing his insight on things and learning about techniques and stuff. I've also been watching a bit of Ximefroggie. Hime is a Mexican YouTuber, so her videos are in Spanish. I'm not sure if there is like dub or captions available. I know YouTube auto translates some things sometimes, but if you do speak or understand Spanish and you like watching makeup videos, I definitely recommend checking out Hime. To me, what makes her channel special is that she's pretty open about kind of struggles with being on the internet and body positivity and stuff like that. And it's really refreshing to hear people just be real, you know? I really appreciate that realness from her videos. The next thing I have on here is really random, but I have some cups. I've been making a lot of coffee at home, and I was never a Starbucks cup kind of girl. I had a couple that were gifts. I got this one, I want to say back in May. And you know what I think it is for me? I think it's these little monitos they're putting on their straws. They get me every time. What the heck? Why are they so cute? Who said that was allowed? As soon as it's clean, I use it again. So it is constantly being washed. This video is really long, so I don't know if I'll put this in here. It really doesn't fit into any of the categories. The last couple things are kind of mindsets. That's so funny to say. It makes me sound really pretentious, and I try not to talk about like super deep stuff on my YouTube channel, but these have been such like game changers for me that I really wanted to share them. My brother actually started a podcast. The podcast is geared towards men, but I still feel like it has really helped kind of round me out in some areas. I love hearing context and hearing stories and kind of just understanding why people think the way they do. And so I really like hearing his ideas in this podcast setting with his friend, because they bounce off and share stories and kind of provide the context for why it is that they see things a certain way. One thing that really changed a lot for me that I wanted to share with you was the way he sees goals. My brother is such a goal-oriented person, and he has like super big giant goals. And so what they kind of started doing at the end of this podcast is sharing what their goals are for the week, you know, in between podcasts or for the month or whatever. And then the next week they kind of come back and say like, oh, well, you know, did you do the things you said you were going to do? Did you take action? And if not, like, what can you do to fix it? And they really hold each other accountable. It really inspires me. And the other thing that I kind of took, which is not about really self-improvement, kind of more in like the art realm or whatever, I was drawing with my sister and she was sharing so much insightful stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to share this. This is so niche. She was showing me a lot of her drawings, and she was kind of bringing up a lot of these concepts that I never really thought too hard about, like shape language and stuff, because I always draw my little noses as circles. And she was saying that, you know, it would be interesting to see maybe with some characters you draw square noses or triangle noses, because maybe their personalities are not very rounded soft. And I was like, that is so fascinating. I really do like my little circle noses, but just the concept, I'm like, oh my gosh. She was also telling me like with ship art, because normally I draw, like I just draw people, just every now and then I'll draw a pose or something, but her artwork is super dynamic and all these different line work changes and colors and stuff. And so usually when you see two of her art pieces, no two art pieces look exactly alike. Like there definitely is an overarching arcing, I don't know, English, man. There's like definitely a style, but each one you could tell she experimented a little bit, and that's what makes each of her pieces so special. And she was telling me like for ship art to imagine them doing something you want to see them doing and then draw it. And I don't know why I never really thought of it that way, but that's why when I drew the Ramparts of Ice fan art, I was like, well, of course they're going on a skate date, because that's what I would do. I would go on a skate date, or maybe like to a coffee shop, or just something, you know, that I enjoy doing, or seeing them go to a concert or something, and you just draw them doing that. And I was like, why have I never thought about it like that? But now I'm like really excited and definitely just imagining more something I would like to see the characters doing, because I draw a lot of fan art, even if it's not ship art, and so just imagining kind of, yeah, what I would like to see them doing and just being a little bit more creative and out of the box. Definitely she inspired me. I don't know if I'm quite ready to mess with different line line settings all the time, my line art. I very much stick to my one pen. She just definitely inspired me to be more experimental, and I think that's so beautiful. I'm just so inspired by my family. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to share those couple things, and hopefully they add some value to your outlook and how you go about art and creating in life and stuff. Yeah. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Bunk. See you later, bro fist.